right, look live, Jarvis. It's playtime.
Hello, folks, and welcome to this week's Wrestling Gold Friday night. Hopefully, everybody had a pretty good week and having a good weekend ahead. But before we get started on the show, let's go ahead and take a moment and send our condolences to the family and friends of Ted Turner, basically the founder of CNN, Turner Broadcasting, TBS, TNT, Cartoon Network, Turner Classic Movies, also the owner of the Braves and the Hawks as well. He was the last one to bring an NHL team to Atlanta, that being the Atlanta Thrashers. And of course, as far as wrestling is concerned, was the owner of WCW World Championship Wrestling. And I spoke a little bit about last night. I do believe it was mostly out of loyalty because Georgia's Championship Wrestling was like the highest rated show on his network, WTBS 17 605 805, or I forgot how it went at the time, but it kind of I think it had the Gunkel era in there too. But anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and give Mr. Turner a 10 bell salute, and we'll hit the intro and get the show started.
What do you want to talk about?
Wrestling! And here!
Wrestling?
Why?
It's wrestling.
It's wrestling.
Business may pick up here.
What do you want to talk about?
Wrestling! And here!
Wrestling?
Why?
It's wrestling.
It's wrestling.
Why? Why?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Why not? Why not?
It's fake.
Fake? What the hell are you talking about? Fake? It's not fake.
Fake.
Wrestling's not fake!
Okay, wrestling.
Oh well, that totally screwed up. Anyway, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ronald Ray, your boy with the cornbread accent. Welcome you to Wrestling Gold Friday night. This is the show where we talk about the good old days of professional wrestling, back when wrestling was wrestling and wrestling was real, because damn it, it is still real to us. Got a packed show tonight. Talk about the today in wrestling history, and for our watch along show, it is a Omni show from April 22nd of 1984. I think my eyes say that far. Anyway, so yeah, that's our watch along. It's going to be kind of a long one, so going to get everything jumping around real quickly. Go ahead and quickly say, hey, if you are watching this live, yes, I am live and living color, baby. That's the road with say. So yeah, join me in the chat, share some memories, give your opinions, ask questions, or just be friendly and say hello. That's always cool as well. Also, hey, I didn't forget, going to have a little toast to all the hardworking men and women out there who did the grind all week and possibly doing the grind all weekend. Thank goodness I ain't one of them. Cheers to you folks. Hopefully y'all have a good weekend or making some good money this weekend. Stay. Anyway, so yep. What else was I going with that? That's about it. So yeah, join the chat. Hey, if you're not watching this live, again, you got the comment section right there. Just give some memories, give your opinions, ask questions, give me a hello. That's always cool as well. Even in the comments. So yes, this gets recorded and this stays on YouTube, so you can watch it anytime you want to. You can pause it, go back and watch some more. Because yeah, like I said, tonight's going to be kind of a long show. So let me go ahead and pull my little notes up here, because if you ever watch the show, you know how awfully prepared I always am. Oh, a little more prepared than I thought it was. There we go. Good beer. And yes, you know, you don't have to have beer or whiskey or any kind of alcohol. It can be sweet tea, Kool-Aid, or Coke. It's all good. But anyway, let's get to it. Today is May 8th, 2026. And everything we'll discuss is today in professional wrestling. Things that happened on May 8th. And just a side note here. The other night I had an early morning concrete pour, and I always marked down my sample molds. And when I did, I marked everything 4-5, set 1, 4-5, set 2. Yeah. But I didn't notice it till the next day. And don't worry, before I dropped them off at the lab, I made sure I took that marker and wrote a 5 on it. So hopefully they didn't. Hope the lab guys didn't notice that, because god dang, they get a little antsy about that, or jumpy about that. So, you fucked up. Shut the fuck up. I don't fuck up. Anyway, let's go. Let's see. On this day in 1971, look in the camera there. FA Cup Final Day Wrestling Special in 1971, and St. Albans, United Kingdom, shown on ITV. Mick McManus and Steve Logan defeated Johnny Kincaid and Johnny Quango. Hopefully I didn't mess up that name. Steve Vieter went to Broadway with Mike Marino in a 3 falls after each had only one A fall. So not Broadway, just tied in the wins. And also Kendo Nagasaki defeated Wayne Bridges. On this day in 1974, Antonio Inoki wins the first New Japan World League Tournament. Surprise, surprise, it's his company. But hey, dude was over. He defeated Killer Carl Krupp and Shiji Sakaguchi in the final matches to win the tournament. On this day in 1976, Abdullah the Butcher defeated Giant Baba to win the annual All Japan Champions Carnival tournament. See, Baba put Abby over in his own company. Speaking of the 2 Japan companies and Abdullah the Butcher. Abdullah the Butcher, who has been working for All Japan, appears on a New Japan show beginning a promotional war between the 2 companies. Yeah, if I heard correctly, and if you're a wrestler by then or just a better historian than I am, which is probably a lot of you, usually if especially the American talent, you go work for Inoki, you get in good with him, you just stay loyal to Inoki. Same thing with Baba. You get in with Baba, he used you good. You kind of stay loyal to Baba, especially if he's paying well and everything else. Not too many jumping to ships, but and if I remember correctly, Abdul the Butcher did it. But one time I did hear that Bruiser Brody was one of the first ones that did it. Kind of jump ship from All Japan to New Japan, and I'm pretty sure the Japanese talent themselves probably did the same thing. But as far as American stars, didn't really do that. It wasn't well thought of. I think from what I can tell, I could be wrong. If my memory serves me correctly, of other wrestlers talking about it, it was like kind of frowned upon that people would do that. But Bruiser Brody and Abdullah the Butcher, they did it. Let's go to the chat right quick. What we got here? What's up, Joe King? Sorry, dozed off waiting for 8 o'clock. That's cool. You gotta get a nap in. Might be. I'm trying not to make it a long one, but the watch long is gonna be kind of long. So bear with me. All right. On this date in 1985, Mrs. Ciampa had little baby Tommaso Ciampa. Yes, today is Tommaso Ciampa's birthday, so happy birthday to him. I am a fan of Tommaso Ciampa. I think I mentioned it I definitely mentioned on one of the Dynamite recaps that he kind of reminds me of Dean Malenko if he was meaner. That's just my opinion. Anyway, on this day in 1988, the fifth and final annual Mike and David Von Erich Memorial Cup Parade of Champions took place for World Class Championship Wrestling in Irving, Texas Stadium, drawing only 7,000 people. Matches that night, The Missing Link and Jason Sterling defeated Vince Apollo and the Angel of Death. WWE champion Mike George defeated Jeff Rates. Steve Casey pinned Eric Embry. Black Bart defeated Bill Irwin by disqualification. Terry Gordy pinned Michael Hayes in the Triple Dome Triple Dome of Terror match. That was this right here. And of course, the NWA at their Great American Bash that year would also have their own Triple Cage Tower Doom match. I think that was I think that's what they called it. And WCW did, 93, 94, like 95 maybe. Hulk Hogan against it's like Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage against the Dungeon of Doom. Go back to the chat right quick. Joe King got home early. Damn, that must have been great. This is the card I've been looking for at least. Okay, excuse me. This is the card I've been looking for, or at least this match. Yeah, I do remember it. I should have seen if I could have seen it on YouTube. If I find it on YouTube, I'll let you know. Let's see. World Class Championship Wrestling Texas champion Terry Taylor defeated Chris Adams. Of course, this is a feud that started in UWF and then bled over to World Class. Then, of course, Terry Taylor went to WWF and became the Red Rooster after this promotion. Jason Sterling, Steve Casey, and John Tatum won a Triple Dome Texas Roundup match. Also in the match was Angel of Death, Mike George, Terry Gordy, Michael Hayes, Iceman King Parsons, Buddy Robert Shaw, and Steve Simpson. Jack Victory, and 5 others. Bruiser Brody and Kevin Von Erich defeated Buddy Roberts in a masked mystery partner, which it was Solomon Grundy. World class Texas Tag Team Champions John Tatum and Jack Victory defeated Terry Gordy and Steve Stinson via countout to win the Wild West Tag Team titles as well. Yes, Wild West was crap. I think Kim Mantell started that after he left World Class. It was basically a promotion. They did TV tapings at Billy Bob's in Texas or in Dallas or Fort Worth. Billy Bob's in Fort Worth. I was actually thinking about playing that as one of the watch-alongs, but I think I watched one episode. I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I can do that to my peoples. But you know what? I probably will one day, maybe next week. Anyway, in the main event, Kerry Von Erich defeated Iceman King Parsons to win the World Class Championship Wrestling World Title. Go back to the chat again here. Joe King, out of all the stuff I have not found this. Oh, sorry. There's a site called Internet Wrestling, or not Internet Wrestling Vault. Internet Vault. You know what? You might not be able to find it on there either, since the Big E, as in WWE, owns the World Class Library. I'm pretty sure you can probably find it on YouTube, maybe. Like I said, I'll look for it later on, and I'll send you a link. Boom. All right, right back at it. On this day in 1989, Lord Humongous defeated Action Perry Jackson in Memphis, Tennessee at the Mid-South Coliseum. This will be the last time that Sid Vicious appeared as Lord Humongous. Yes, he took the hockey mask off and the S&M demolition gear off and decided to be Sid Vicious, or Sid Justice. Also just plain old Sid sometimes. Who also went to the Hall of Fame this week and the Legacy Wing. Fucking retarded. And that does it for this week's Today in Wrestling History. But yeah, I don't want to get on that one. Action Jackson, I remember him too. He was also a member of the Blackbirds with Iceman Parsons. This one, Iceman came back to, I guess, USWA at the time, and Dallas, or it could have been Global as well. I can't remember. But I guess Brickhouse stayed in Tennessee. Iceman went back to Texas and reformed the Blackbird, or formed another version of Blackbirds with Action Jackson. Action Jackson also worked in the Memphis territory as well. Seemed like a guy. I mean, even though he wasn't a bodyguard or anything, but he was a big dude. And I thought especially when I rewatched something, I think it was him in Memphis. I think he had turned babyface. I think team with Billy Travis. They won the tag titles in Memphis, and I was like, man, that dude moved pretty good. I wonder why he never did go to or WWF or the NWA, Jim Crockett or whoever. Might have to read up on him one day. But I do remember him. I can't remember if it was this USW at the time or Global, maybe. Might not have been Global. But Iceman Parsons and Action Perry Jackson were the Blackbirds. All right. And yep, like I said, that does it for today in wrestling history. Like I said, going to kind of move this on along because it is a long one. So go ahead and going to put the link in the chat here. Paste. Uh-oh. Paste. There we go. So, going to take a quick commercial break here. Whoops. There we go. Going to take a quick commercial break here. And when we get back, if you're ready for the watch along, let me know in the chat. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. If you made it this far in the video, you're having fun. You folks know what to do. Everybody says this, so let's go through the whole routine. If you enjoy it, click on that like button. Also, leave me a comment. Give me your opinions on anything I talk about tonight. Ask questions, or just drop a friendly hello. That's always cool as well. Also, if you enjoy listening to a fan, just like you folks at home, talk about the sport of professional wrestling, be a champ, click on that subscribe button. Now, back to our program. Alrighty, we are, oops. What happened? See, I told you. I'm never really prepared and ready. I just act like I am. So yeah, like I said, when you're ready, let me know. We'll do the little countdown and tell everybody at home to press play or and they're hopefully not driving at the same time. Hopefully if you're driving, you're listening, not watching. Uh, but the link is in the chat, and I do got the link in the description of this video. So click the link in that. We ready? So let me click that off. Go back this way. Hey, how y'all doing? Oh, I'm not ready. All right, here we go. Countdown at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play now. So no little intro here. Let's see what we got here. We got, looks like Tommy Rogers versus Bob Roop. Of course, Tommy Rogers was a member of the Fantastics. Bob Roop, Olympic wrestler, and wrestled in the Army. I think, yeah, he was in the Army, I do believe. Or the Navy. In the military. Gosh, you're going to make me Google it, ain't you? Oh, yeah, so he was in the Army. Yeah, he was a heavyweight in the Greco-Roman wrestler in the 1968 Olympic Games. Let's see. Trying to think. Uh-oh. And yes, no commentary. This is straight from the Omni Arena. So you can do your own commentary. You can do your own Do your best Gordon Solie impression. Right now, I got Tommy Rogers with a hammerlock here. Works on the elbow, tricep, pectoral regions. Oh, stop on that elbow. Uh, uh, Go to the chat
So
here.
long
Let's
from the
see.
peach
Whoops,
state of
wrong
Georgia.
button. Right button. Here we go. Wrong button again. Didn't Rogers have a small run at ECW, or am I thinking of? Yes. He had came to ECW. I forgot what years, but it was during the, yeah. He has this is a small little run. I think he had some, he's had some good matches. Um, he was, I if I'm remember correctly, he's the one. The Unprettier, I think it is. I think that's what it's called. The Christian move, where he kind of turns around and kind of drops like has a legs arm or not legs arm spread, then falls back. I think Tommy Rogers was one of the first people to do that, or one of the first people I seen to do it. So I think Joey Styles was like, "Yes, here's somebody." Yeah, I think he was at that one. I think, but I think him and Jerry Lynn kind of tagged up a little bit. Um, but yeah, what's it? I mean, he mostly, kind of put other people over, but had like competitive matches. Um, but hey, I mean, he was there, he was in shape. I mean, dude was giving some good matches at that moment. And he actually also had like one match against Bobby Fulton, I believe. Yeah, it was him and Bobby Fulton when WWF was doing their own light heavyweight division. And Bobby looked rough in that match. He had put some weight on. Let's just say that. Didn't look quite fantastic at that point. But yeah, basically the Fantastics was almost like a miniature version of the Fabulous Ones. That came out with uh, coat and the bow ties. Came out to ZZ Top's, actually two ZZ Top songs. One was "Give Me All You Lovin'," and that's one they used in Memphis. And I think the other one was, the other one was Sharp Dressed Man, but I'm trying to think, did they use that also in World Class and UWF? Could have, I can't remember. Tommy Rogers here is telling Bob Roop, if you want to go fisticuffs, I'll do it, brother. Roop with an E. Yeah, he wound up passing away in 2015. Now, you want to talk about drop kicks too? He threw a pretty good drop kick. So yes, yeah, Tommy Rogers called it the Tamikaze, and uh, yes, he was he was the one who invented it, and was adopted by Christian Cage. So yeah, actually, Rogers spent 2 years in ECW, 97 and 99. Yeah, the Phantasm, they were pretty good to watch. They were a little more athletic, I think, than the Rock and Roll, but Rock and Roll was just freaking over. But they were another team who had a pretty good matches and a feud with Midnight Express as well. Uh, Midnight's against Fantastics and UW or Mid South, World Class, because Midnight Express had a short stint in World Class, and they had matches with the Fantastic, had a little feud with them in World Class. Rock and Roll never did go to World Class, so. And of course, they had a hell of a feud with the Sheep Herders in the UWF. Had that 6-man barbed wire cage match. They was teamed with Terry Taylor, as the Sheep Herders were teamed with Jack Victory. So yeah, Bob Root was Maya Singh, part of the Army of Darkness in Florida in 1982. And I think that's basically okay. According to this, he retired from wrestling in 1988 due to a neck injury suffered in a car crash. Helped train Lex Luger. Was part of Plan B. Many people say he was the catalyst in the Knoxville War, and actually, I think he tried to do a takeover in the San Francisco territory as well. A couple years before Knoxville. But yes, him, Ron Garvin, um, Bob Orton Jr., Boris Malenko. and Ron Wright. What? Tommy Rogers with I got considered that kind of an upset this time because Bob Root was bigger star at this point. All right, who we got here? I think that's Pez Watley and Les Thornton. Lumpy in it, Bob Root. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. It's So this one is yeah, I got a match listing here. It's Tim Horner and Sweet Brown Sugar versus Les Thornton and Rocky Jones. Okay, yeah, I can tell. Yeah, that's Skip Young, and there with Les Thornton right now. Skip Young, of course, would wrestle under a mask sometimes as Sweet Brown Sugar. And here comes Rocky Stone, and he is get puts in a headlock just like that. And we get to see a young White Lightning Tim Horner. And I think what was a year prior to this, he scored like an upset victory over Road Warrior Hawk. Is that Nick Patrick, the referee there? Nick Patrick, of course, the son of Jody Hamilton, the assassin. Oh, that was his move. Well, later on, yeah, Tim Horner used O'Connor roll with a bridge as his finisher. A little slip up. Somebody slipped up there. Okay, somebody needs to get this Rocky Jones guy out of there. Get Get Thornton back in there. Thornton was a hell of a wrestler. He is definitely one of those unsung, great pro wrestlers. A multi-time NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion. And I can't say this enough. If you get a chance to go on YouTube after this, of course, look up Les Thornton versus Mr. Wrestling 2. This is after the Black Saturday deal. There was the WWF was actually having their shows in WTBS studios, and one of the matches was a match between Mr. Wrestling 2 and Les Thornton. Very good match. Highly recommend that one. Nick Patrick said, you ain't gonna fool me, pal. Y'all don't look that much alike. Now it does say. Now I'm like looking at it. He might have been Rocky Jones here, but let me check something else here. Fire up the old Google machine here. Base motherfucker. Okay. So Rocky Jones here is okay. Yes, he's actually real name Michael Jones, but he also went by Mike Masters. Worked in the World Wrestling Federation, Pacific Northwest Wrestling, and other NWA territories. So yes, at this time he was competing as Rocky Jones. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2022 of throat cancer. Okay, yeah, he was in the Tales from Territories where they talk about the Pacific Northwest Wrestling. I wish they'd do another one of those. They're gonna have another season of Dark Side of the Ring. I think it's gonna have a like a two-parter of Jeff Jarrett. God dang! Oh, Rocky Jones is kind of a clumsy fucker, ain't he? Pardon the language, folks. It's the beer talking. I had driving Atlanta traffic today, so there you go. That's my excuse. It's still wearing off. How are those? But yeah, like a two-parter with Jeff Jarrett, TNA, Big Boss Man, The Renegade. Going off memory here. Oh, cool. Now, is that on the Peacock or is that on what's that? Is it on A&E? Oh, okay. So yeah, it's going to be it's going like a two-parter with Jeff Jarrett and TNA Wrestling. Episode on Paul Orndorff, Big Boss Man, Missy Hyatt. The infamous match between Necro Butcher and Samoa Joe. So infamous. I forgot. Somebody, I probably remember it, but somebody's gonna have to jog my memory on that one. Did Samoa Joe smack him around? So I ain't doing that stupid shit. Zach Gowen, they have an episode on, and Rick Wilson, otherwise known as the Renegade. Oh, come on, Timmy. You can do it. Reach for the tag. Have it on DVD. Cool. Oh, come on, ref. You ain't gonna allow that crap, are you? That's some bull. So yeah, he was a 6-time NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion. Also a Florida Junior Champion. Georgia Tag Team Champion with Tony Charles. There we go. Very kind of sweet brown sugar. Yeah, I think he did the middle rope drop kick. That was his finisher. But Thorne's going, no, wait. There he goes behind. Doesn't do the bridge, but no, this match made way too much. There was no suicide dives. There were no Canadian destroyers. Not one super kick. That match wasn't too bad. Just man, that time that Rocky Jones was a little like he wrestled with 2 left feet. Jake the Snake Roberts Guess one of my favorites, Brad Armstrong. And yes, okay, so Paul Ellering. That's Paul Ellering, the Road Warriors, the Spoiler. They had like a little faction. They call themselves the Legions of Doom. And so, like years later, when the Road Warriors, especially in the NWA and the AWA, when they said the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, that's basically where that started from. Then, of course, when they went to the WWF, they had to drop the Road Warriors part and just call themselves the Legion of Doom. Because we got too many warriors here, pal. We got the ultimate warrior. We don't need no Road Warriors or modern day warriors. We got the ultimate warrior. Well, they, and that's I think it was Hawk or well, they both kind of admitted it. Yeah, it was Animal. I think said, yeah, we got that from the Super Friends TV show. Meanwhile at the Legion of Doom. And I guess I think it was okay. That cartoon I think was done by Was it done by Hanna Barbera or somebody else or Filmatrix or Filmation? But I guess yeah, I don't know. I try to sneak into there, go, hey, what y'all talking about? Brad's in there going, I'll slap the blonde off of you, Paul. And of course, Jake the Snake Roberts. Cowboy Bill Watts is one of Bill Watts' favorite wrestlers. Nah, not really. I wonder if they ever, I mean, I know Bill Watts is still alive. I wonder if they've ever talked or kind of made amends since, Jake's been clean. And I know Bill Watts is, I mean, he's still alive. As far as, yeah, he's still alive, but yeah, they supposedly legitimately did not like each other one bit. And see that, and I think everybody knows how good Jake Roberts was. A guy who didn't need to, doing kind of dives, didn't even lose his feet half the time. Just knew how to sell, knew how to get heat, wrestled pretty well as a babyface and a heel. See, you gotta miss this about the old school referees too. They, the referee seen Jake Roberts ball up his fist, and he's right in there going, "Hey, open that fist up." So I think Brad at this time been wrestling 4 or 5 years at this time. Put on some muscle. Now Jake's kind of backing off, trying to lure him in. And he's going to Brad being cautious there. See, look at her referee again. And he told Brad, "Hey, open that hand up. No closed fists. Only open hand strikes. Flat of the foot, not the toe. When you do any kicks." Look at it. Now you gotta say, Jake Roberts right there. Legal open hand chop, legal forearm, legal taking the turnbuckle. See the fans right there in the front row going crazy. Yeah, break his freaking back. I guess that's what he's saying. He's excited about something. Grandma in the corner there, cheering for Brad. And yes, even at this time, Jake Roberts was using that DDT as a finisher, as a move he invented, supposedly by accident. And let me point out too, this is two second generation wrestlers here. Uh, Jake Roberts, the son of Grizzly Smith, and Brad Armstrong, the son of Bob Armstrong. They both had siblings who wrestled. Rockin' Robin, Jake's sister, Sam Houston, Jake's brother, and of course, all the Armstrong boys they wrestled. Scott, Steve, Brian Armstrong. Of course, you know him as Road Dogg. And of course, you interview any, or if you hear any interview with any of them, any of the Armstrongs, and they say which one was the best, they all say Brad. Even the dad, even Bob said, out of all of us, Brad was the best. But man, could you imagine if Brad Armstrong they had the gift for gab, can go on a mic like Road Dogg? Jesus Christ. And be that smooth in the ring. Now, I will say Brad Armstrong is probably one of these people who, if he was in his prime right now, he might be, you know, probably better coach at how to do promos and stuff like that. Got a chat here. Joe King, Bullet Bob was my dad's favorite wrestler. Yet, Bullet Bob was uh, a huge star in Georgia, all over the Southeast. Fuller's, of course, used him good. He got used good in Georgia, of course. I think Memphis, he was actually a heel. Oh, chopped through the throat right there. I don't know. That is a kind of a big what if question right there. It's like if if Brad Armstrong was like out now in his prime and nothing really changed as far as just, I mean, his style or anything like that, still smooth in the ring and everything, very basic high flying moves. Where would he be right now? Would he be like WWE Intercontinental U.S. Champion? I don't know. Kind of popped in my head. I mean, Brad Armstrong would be a great babyface. If Brad Armstrong was in his prime right now, I'd say he'd probably be a great babyface um, against MJF. And see, that would be the great little dynamic there that I always talk about the the Bruno and Buddy Rogers deal, the Dusty and Ric Flair. Basically, your blue collar guy gets your uh, rich hoity toity guy. Oh yeah, and of course, if that happened today, it would be all over. But it's a raising the arm 3 times in these days. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He'd probably be better coached in like promos and stuff like that. And I mean, unfortunately, yeah, it'd probably be written down for him anyway, or his promos be wrote for him anyway. And then again, I've seen some of his promos like outside of Jim Crockett Promotions and all that, where he sounded just fine. Um, I mean, like I said, I think it probably one of those. If he can talk well and be as smooth as he is in the ring, he can still do the. I mean, because he would. He did a flying crossbody block, flying drop kick from the top rope. He'll probably do like a plunge or what, but I don't think he would have, especially if he's talking. If he's a great talker plus real smooth in the ring like he is, I don't think he had to do the flippy stuff. He might have to take some. That's the unfortunate thing, and that's why I said a second ago. It's like somebody like Brad Armstrong. He can be that blue collar babyface against the hoity-toity rich boy white collar heel in MJF. And that's if he was in AEW. WWE, I mean, I think WWE, I don't think you have to rely on the flippy stuff like you do in WWE. Is that, see, look there. That's all you had to do, get a little heat. Just creep up on the guy and give him a swift kick and look at her. Snitch. Just kidding. That guy standing up and said, look, that Paul Ellering son of a bitch, he kicked Brad Armstrong. He cheating, ref. He cheating. Jake giving directions there to tell him telling Paul to distract the ref. Not the same kind of reliance you see nowadays. Yeah, you got the police there saying, "Yep, you stay right there, boy. I'll whip you with this nightstick." But yeah, Brad Armstrong in this day would definitely fit in anywhere. Well, it looks like Jake now is going after Brad's back. And now I'm thinking going back to match before, it's like if Skip Young was around that. Now Skip Young, he would do some. I won't say corkscrew plunges out of the ring, but I do distinctly think I'd seen him do a few suicide dives. Uh, but yeah, I just mentioned Skip Young. Tim Horner would also fit in pretty well in today's wrestling. I mean, the only difference is, just by watching Brad Armstrong's shooting review, you can tell he had somewhat of a personality. He just needed to be, taught how to highlight that personality. Tim, kind of bland. Hey, how you doing, pal? How you doing, good buddy? And I like Tim Horner. And see that a simple thing right there. He's was put in a sleeper hole. He's been kicked, punched, everything else. Telegraphed the backdrop, and just not a no sell comeback, just a kind of slow paced, building up for a. See, he's still selling the injuries, but now he's fans are getting into it, going by the fans' reaction and getting at it. And there's that drop kick. Oh, here he goes, about to get that Russian leg sweep. Oh, and you hear, he gets Paul Italy one. And here comes that DDT. And see, that's a nice little finish too. It's like Armstrong had him pinned. It's just that Jake Roberts had his foot on the bottom rope after the three. And here comes a man with a hands of stone, Ron Garvin, against another one of my favorites. I mean, I didn't become he really didn't become one of my favorites till after YouTube, and I actually got to see his matches. The spoiler was really freaking good. Yeah, I mean that was his the Russian leg sweep was his finisher. Not sure if he can get by with that finisher now, but nobody threw a prettier Russian leg sweep than Brad, even today. Not even Bret Hart. Yeah, cry about Bret Hart fans. I said it. Language, buddy. I heard that from here. Yeah, even yeah. Also, DDT. DDT was like a finisher at one point, but it's just another spot. Even when they do it from like tornado DDTs and all that good shit, flippy do ha DDTs. But I guess that's part of the evolution. At one time, a suplex was a finisher. Hell, an atomic drop was a finisher. I think Pedro Morales or something like that. The atomic drop was his finisher. But yes, the spoiler will use ropes to his advantage. Will Walter ropes like the Undertaker. And yes, I hate to again, I hate to make fun of the AEW people, but just look at the size of Ron Garvin and look at the size of the spoiler. Just not only well, spoiler just towers over everybody over there and a whole lot bigger and 90% of their roster. Hey, buddy, language. I hear you from here. God dang. You sound worse than I do. Yeah, he's probably drunker than I am. Why am I saying it? Ain't that hard to be drunker than I am. And he's got the nuts in the face cover there. $49 seconds. Might be a good time to apply that claw there, spoiler, if you're trying to win this match. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I take it Ron Garvin was the champion in this match. Uh-oh. We'll let the spoilers about to do a dive there. Ron Garvin pull out a chair. Said, okay, big boy, dive on this. I guess that went to a time limit. My bad. Well, oh, now he's going for that mask, I think. He is going for the mask. He is going for the mask. He is going for the mask of the spoiler. Uh-oh, we're about to see a full moon here. And I think the spoiler just rung his bell. Ron Garvin said, nope, I got bells of steel. That's not good. Well, at least there's. I mean, I'm not sure what the deal of this match is. I thought they thought the referee was counting it down like 30 seconds. Now it's like or it might be one of those deals where title was only up for so many minutes. Then ref telling them to open the fists up. Yeah, watching stuff like this definitely gets me thinking. Damn, I should have been born maybe 5 or 10 years earlier. Maybe 6 years old. Somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes or 10 years earlier. That way, I could have seen going to an Omni and seen wrestling. Yeah, because yeah, I would have been 16, and if I was born in '66, I'd be 16 in 1980. So yeah, went for that dreaded claw hold. Ron Garvin said, "Not today, big boy. Not today." Spoiler's like, "All right, I'll give you I'll give you the abdominal wedgie, the abdominal stretch, and a wedgie." See, that's another thing. This a heel wrestler getting heat by cheating by applying some hold and pulling the trunks or using the ropes for leverage. Everybody wants to be cool and do the cool shit, cool flippy shit. Jake Roberts on his sharing views talking about Ron Garvin. He said, you know how you know when Ron Garvin's about to make his comeback? His nipples will get hard. He get excited when he's about to make his comeback. Oh, is he going to post them or just? Oh, he's going to post them. That's not nice. How is that legal there, ref? And you know something else I've just noticed here? We see some drop kicks and just see some headbutts and no thigh slaps. No thigh slaps for the headbutts, no thigh slaps for drop kicks. Yes, they do. Well, I mean, that's the way they did back then. Well, that's, I mean, and they would do things that make sense. That storyline. That I'm pretty sure if this one went to time limit draw, uh, try and figure out who the champion is in this match. Either way, say if it was spoiler the champion, Garvin the challenger, and go on TV that Saturday and say, you know what, spoiler, I took you to the limit, buddy. So next time at the Omni, we're gonna extend that time limit, and I'm gonna take that championship away from you. And that's how they would go about selling tickets. Yeah, Ronnie connects. But not connecting to the point where, causing harmful damage. Who was it a few years ago who did a like legit stiff headbutt? It's two Japanese guys or one Japanese guy, or it's two Japanese guys wrestling, and one Japanese guy just delivered like a stiff, like legit, like headbutt that did, cause an injury. I think he was bleeding from the nose after that. Yeah, no leg slaps required, brother. Yeah, it was a few years. Heck, I thought you'd want to show me the video of it. I mean, as soon as you can hear the thud when you deliver the headbutt. And I think it made the news cycle a little bit at the time, talking about how stupid the guy was for doing that. He's in the ropes. Who was in the ropes? Uh-oh. Paul Aaron getting into the with the fans. Now, don't forget now, even Paul Aaron at this time, he was a pretty jacked up dude. I think he probably could have took out the whole front row. Oh yeah. Just looked it up. The headbutt. It was Katsura Shibata who delivered it to Kazuchika Okada. Ouch. Ref, he's using the ropes. He's cheating. That's some beat cheating. So I seen it that time, spoiler. Yes, we're seeing a match where wrestlers selling a possible leg injury because the other wrestler been working over it, and not because he missed a dive, or when he hit the dive he hit his leg somehow. And yes, Ron Garvin is another person on that list of I don't think I want to take any shots from him. I see matches where he blistered freaking Ric Flair. I mean, literally, blister his chest. Oh yeah, yeah, they chopped the out of each other. Oh, Shamu ref. Oh, now he's going for it. Here comes. There's the claw. Too bad for him though. The referee's down. Oh, and there's Paul Ellering with a chair. About this time, the referee should be. Oh, is Spoiler loading up that glove? That's it. His shoulders is down, dipshit. Oh, Do we got Ron Garvin doing color here? Oh yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Garvin's selling his leg because it's been worked on for a few moments, not because he took a dive out of the ring and or did a backflip and a buckle during the move. Yep. Oh, was that the hands of stone punch? One, two, three. They got Hall of Famers for Road Warriors against the King Kong Bundy and Hall of Famer Bill Eddie, the Masked Superstar. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, look how freaking jacked the Road Warriors is at this point in their career. So not too many opportunities though. You're gonna see a Masked Superstar and King Kong Bundy as baby faces. And of course, Bundy was the WrestleMania 2 main event against Hulk Hogan. Damn, look at Hulk doing a little flippy cell there after getting punched in the stomach. And listen to the fans. This, I mean, no quirky, cringe chants. And you got to remember too, Mass Superstars, been in and out of that territory for a few years at this point. So he not surprised the fans are behind him. One of those, yeah, he's a favorite now, and he kind of earned the fans' respect type deal. Oh, you big dummy. So I guess maybe next year King Kong Bundy would be that legacy wing Hall of Fame inductee. Superstar like, what, ref? Letting them double team? Ah, dang. Bundy said, that's enough. So yes, so about 6, 7 years from at this point, they will meet again in a WWF. Talking about Bill Eddie and the Road Warriors. Bill Eddie acts of demolition. Ah, dang. Slow down there, buddy. You gonna get yourself? Oh, there's an avalanche elbow drop. Damn, and that clean win for Bundy and the Masked Superstar. So that's some bull. Paul's like, what the heck happened here? That's some bull. We don't get pinned, bitch. And a pop from nice little pop for the crowd. Guy in the shirt saying, "You're number one, Paul Ellering." And like I said, I mean, Paul Ellering's not a small dude. I mean, he probably lost a little bit of muscle by this time because he's not wrestling as much, but still, I mean, he's pretty freaking built here, dude. And he's got to go against. I'm assuming he's going to have to go against Bundy here. Look at that, Ole Anderson. Paul's sitting there probably like, you know what? I'm pretty glad I got the gig as being this manager. The hell with these taking bumps and chops and stuff like that. Especially from big old some bitches like this. Yeah, the Andersons don't get talked about. I mean, definitely don't get talked about enough. I mean, they were I mean, Gene and Ole were a couple of mean just mean acting dudes. But the problem with Gene and Ole, I don't think there was a lot of at least saved TV footage of them. Bundy's like, nope, I'm gonna get the 5 count out of this one. He wants that 5 count, ref. Yeah, I think well at one point I guess Ole kind of got out of it a little bit. I don't know if he was legitimately injured or um yeah, that was a good match. And just, hearing the fans into it like they are, I mean that's that's one of the cool things right there. It's like none of these stupid chants and two or this match is for one fall, or whatever, you know, chanting bullshit they want to do nowadays. But I can't remember if it was legitimately injured or that was during that time he just took time off to because his kid was wrestling in school. Because I know, let's see, Ole and Arn teamed up, won the national tag team titles, and that's when they was just pretty much kind of formed the Four Horsemen. And like I said, I mean, I know they did an injury angle where Dusty and his crew, the Risky Business Boys, helped them. Uh, he he helped them break Ole Anderson's leg, if you will, baby. Little revenge for when they broke my leg, baby. But anyway, because that was kind of towards the slow. I mean, especially Ole Anderson is a full time wrestler at that point. Um, but so yeah, I remember them winning the national tag team titles. They got stripped of those titles because Ole got hurt, and then that's when Arn won the television championship. They, him, Arn, Tully, and Ric Flair were kind of. They just called him the Three Horsemen for a while. Then when Ole came back from the injury or wherever he was doing, that's when they officially called him the Four Horsemen. The Four Horsemen are back or whatever. But Ole, I can't remember what he said. I think it was just time for him to leave. Time for him to bow out, spend some time at home. Then I know he came back a few times as a booker. I know he was a booker at one time for actually WCW. Then ran the power plant. But excuse me. So you're probably talking. I mean, Gene, he retired. Da-da-da-da. When did Gene officially retire? So yeah, Gene retired in 85. And I mean, you're talking about him teaming with Ole, 60, 66, 67, 66 through 85 in Mid Atlantic. But so I mean, not sure how much television or arena footage uh you would have gotten through those years. Like I said, 60 uh Hell, 65, he was teaming with Lars Anderson as the Minnesota Wrecking Crew. Because I think that was the original one. It was Gene and Lars. Then Ole came in, and Lars decided to, I guess, go out to Hawaii and wrestle there. Most of the time. Every now and then he'll come back to Georgia and all that. But or excuse me, I guess mid 70s. I mean, they were actually Anderson's was two-time PWI Tag Team of the Year, 1975 and 1977. So yeah, say Gene and Ole Anderson began teaming as a Minnesota Wrecking Crew in 1969. Um, and they pretty much stayed together till 1982. And again, there's the way they did the tapes back then. They would kind of like reuse the same tapes since tapes were so expensive at that time. So there might not be a lot of. I've seen a few matches. Um, I think when the WWE Network first started, I think there was a couple of them from Mid Atlantic. They were teaming together, but not a whole lot. I mean, like I said, Gene retired officially in '85. I know he had a stint as being a manager. He was like Iron Sheik and Jimmy Snuka's manager or something like that. Um, so like I said, as far as the real good prime, you probably didn't, unless you search through YouTube, and I don't think a lot of people is going to go on YouTube just to watch Ole and Gene Anderson matches. And of course, kids today, they're like they hear about some person being something and they just go with it. So uh, probably not a lot of kids going to go check, want to see Ole Anderson in his prime. Hmm. Actually, Ole's son's Bryant uh, has worked for Franklin County and Hart County here in Georgia. Served as director of children's services. Um, Graduated Georgia State University Law School with a Juris Doctor degree. Doctor of Juris, whatever. So, did not know that. But yeah, Oli was we booked Georgia, booked for Crockett, and one time he booked them both at the same time. Not sure how successful that was at the time, um, but yeah. So like I say, you probably go on YouTube, see a bunch of Oli and G matches, and like I said, they were rough. Like the like it says, they would just kind of like what Oli and Arn would do, just take a body part and most of the time the arm and work on it until uh, their opponent submitted. And not just put a hole here and there. We're talking about punch it, gouge it, stomp on it. But every now and then I do see like um just like a little video. It'll be like 10, 15 minutes of wrestling from 1973. It'll be like a 8 millimeter film, no sound, no commentary. Kind of hard, sometimes hard to make out who's who. But yeah, like I said, back back how they did tapes back then, they probably didn't have a lot of footage or kept a lot of footage. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people like regretting that, knowing how much money that probably not knowing how much money it'd be worth today. But yep, sorry, getting be by that time, starting kind of not really doze off, but yeah, it was a good book. His shooting reviews on YouTube as well. The one he did with RF Video. Quit being so damn stupid. He's got another shooting review too. I think it was on High Spots. I don't know who it was with. Um, I don't think it's on YouTube either. I'll see if I can find it. But it was a kind of a long shooting review, and it's before he started getting really. I know he started getting MS and maybe a little bit Alzheimer's as well. So as for that, so his memory was a little more keen at that time, and uh, he had some. If I remember correctly, he had a few little funny stories. But yes, I do. As a as of all the wrestling books, Ole Anderson's was pretty good. Bill Watts was pretty good. The first Mick Foley was pretty good. The second one was okay. Jericho's book was good. Roddy Piper's was Terry Funk's was decent. Dusty Rose's okay too. Not bad, not hard to read. I mean, not, when I say not hard to read, I mean it kept your interest. Yeah, I ain't read none of Dutch Mantel's books, but of course nowadays, I mean, it's hard for me to sit down and really want to sit there and read something. Maybe if the book is available on tape. What's that? What's that one service? Audible. You know, where's this bunch of books on somebody reading a book to you, I guess, pretty much. That's what I probably have to get now. Which I mean, I had a coworker actually tell me that he has Audible, and he said he's kind of the same boat as me. You know, on the road a lot, so when he's traveling, he'll like listen to a book, and he says it's pretty good to have. Now, sometimes when I'm on the road, I'll listen to a podcast, or I guess most time in the mornings. If it's early in the morning, I'll listen to like a podcast. Unless it's a really like a 4 or 5 hour drive, then I might have to listen to a podcast a little bit, then switch it up and listen to some music because I am getting at the age right now where I just can't. Mm, my sleeping habits are bad. Let's just say that. Sometimes little to no sleep, except for the other night. Oh God, other day. So I slept maybe 3 hours Sunday night, and I only think I really got any sleep Monday night. Had to be at the site at 1, or the pour started at 1 a.m., but I was there at 12:30. Um, did the pour, got out of there about 11, got back to the hotel about 11:30, uh grabbed some food at Saxby's, took a shower, ate, and next thing I know, I woke up as it was 3:30 in the afternoon. I missed some phone calls, missed some emails, missed some text messages. I mean, usually that kind of stuff will wake me up, especially a phone call. Not that day. I was out. Um, woke up, uh, used the restroom. Was probably up for another 15, 20 minutes. Lay back down, went right back to sleep, and got back up probably around 6:30, and I was like, oh gosh, I'm gonna regret this now. Uh, made myself a little bit like a little microwave dinner and sat there and watched a little TV. But to my surprise, by 10 o'clock, I went back to sleep and slept all night. So that shocked me. Usually if I sleep all day, there's like no way I'm sleeping at night. Even if I sleep like 20 minutes, I wind up staying up all freaking night. Can't go to sleep. But yeah, Tuesday I was definitely able to do that. And Wednesday too. Wednesday, uh, well, the Dynamite portion of the 3 hour AEW Dynamite Collision special was over. So I wound up probably going to sleep by 10:30. I think it was about 10:30. But yeah, getting too old for that shit. The only bright side, because so far I got one more week in Sonoya, Georgia. Then I'll be doing a site in South Carolina. But with there, it's a Walmart job, and normally we'll monitor all the grading stuff like that. But once it starts going vertical, the building goes vertical. Usually Walmart has their own people to come in and do that, or do what we usually do for the buildings. So, which means I won't have to do early morning concrete pours. I'm gonna be so spoiled. Like, oh, then I think we got a few more Tractor Supply jobs are coming up. So yeah, it's gonna be. I'm pretty sure I'll go back to doing Tractor Supplies. And by that time, I'll be maybe a year or two older. I'll be like, I don't know if I can do it, boss. I'd like to be able to do the little ones, but man, those big ones that early in the morning, I don't know. I might have to have a conversation about him with that one. Be like, I don't know, boss. Over 30 years of doing this, it's starting to wear on me. But anyway, yes, that's about all I got about the work stuff. But yeah, pretty good show. Like seeing this arena stuff. Might need to see if I think they've released some Madison Square and Garden stuff, but sometimes those are about 2 hours. Uh, so yeah, maybe I'll see if I can find a decent wild episode of Wild West Wrestling, and we'll check that out next week. Oh, I mean, I remember watching one episode, and a guy by the name of Fabulous Lance wrestled on there, and of course that was Lance Von Erich, and I was like, oh, wonder what happened to him. And why they just calling him the Fabulous Lance? Because again, at that time we didn't have no internet, we didn't know what the fuck's going on. I vaguely remember where Kerry Von Erich said, yeah, Lance kind of deceived them, but I don't know. Vaguely remember it. But it was what it was. Uh, Another promotion we'll probably check out too is the IWF. That's the one with Eddie Mansfield. Shawn Michaels dropped his name on the what was it? Whatever the name of the Stephanie McMahon podcast is. I watched a little bit of that one with Shawn Michaels. It was okay. You know, she asked those deep personal questions. What were you feeling about, like, at this point in your life? What do you think about this? How do you feel now? Are you feeling great? That's fantastic. How's the kids? Oh my gosh, your wife, she is so awesome. You know, bullshit like that. But anyway, I think I'm gonna call it a night for the night. Appreciate everybody who tuned in live, and appreciate those who tuned in the not live portion, but the video portion of the live stream. Be sure, like I said, drop a comment, tell me what you think, share some memories, ask a question, or just say hello. That's always cool. But anyway, yeah, it is definitely that time because I the the sun's going down, big guy, or whatever it's called. But anyway, you folks have a good one. Take it easy, and until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Ronald Ray here saying thank you for checking out my video. If you don't mind, go ahead and click that thumbs up button, leave a comment, and share this video with family and friends. I would also appreciate it if you would subscribe to RP2 Vision, where I cover the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. Now don't forget to click the notification bell as well, so you'll be notified when my other weekly content is available, like Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, WWE Raw Recap, and AEW Dynamite Recap. I also have 2 live streams. Every Thursday at 8 p.m., it's Spot Show Live Stream, where I discuss the latest news in professional wrestling. And on Friday nights at 8 o'clock p.m., it's Wrestling Gold Friday Night, where I discuss the good old days of professional wrestling. When wrestling was wrestling, wrestling was real because it's still real to us. Folks, have a good one and take it easy.